Hi, I'm Tracy Blotsky, EFT tapping practitioner. And I'm going to share with you how I became a practitioner. But first of all, I want to share a little bit of the background of EFT tapping. So it's called Emotional Freedom Technique. And back in the late 70s, it was discovered by Dr. Roger Callahan. He was experimenting on tapping on meridian points, which I'll explain a little bit further about that too. But he kind of ran across this in accident as he was working with a client one day. And this woman had a fear of water. And so he said, let's have your session right here by the pool, right here by the pool. Well, she was afraid of water. And so it took some coaxing to get her to sit down to actually do this. And he said, I want you to just tap on these meridian points that I'm going to show you. And just tell yourself that you no longer have a fear of water. And as they did that, her fear went away by the end of their session. So he was like, okay, I'm onto something. And that's when it came about. So what it is you have different meridian points throughout your body. And it's very similar to acupuncture, but without the needles. You're using your fingers, tapping on points on your face, on your body, and which relieves the stress or the tension that you have in your body that's all connected to your nervous system, right? So think about it this way. When you are in fight or flight, right, the fear, it's coming from your amygdala system because that is the center of your fear. And so by tapping on these points, it's going to release that and cause your nervous system to be calm and relaxed. And that's where we always want to be, is in that state if we possibly can, right? So if you are tapping on these points and using some words to go with them to release whatever the fear or anxiety or emotion that you're carrying, and go ahead acknowledging that, and then you go ahead and you bring in positive affirmations while you're still tapping on these points, you're going to change. You're going to change, number one, thinking negatively to positively, right? And you're going to walk away feeling calm and relaxed. So I tell my clients all the time, if you are out to dinner and something is really irritating the hell out of you, maybe it's the table next to you has a crying child and you just can't handle it. Maybe it's your waiter that's not being very nice and it's causing this tension in your body. You can do tapping anywhere. All you have to do is very simple. We've called this finger tapping. You tap on the inside of your fingers, just back and forth. And so you can sit at a dinner table and just do that. Just put it underneath the table and just tap back and forth and tell yourself, let it go. It's not mine to carry. I need to let this stress go. Doesn't matter. I'm here to enjoy myself and be happy with the people I'm with. So let that go. It's that simple. The words will come to you. After tapping for a while, it kind of just magically appears. The words just kind of come. So let me get back to my story. So back in 2020, after 38 years of marriage, my husband at the time and I divorced. And we went through the whole thing of, splitting your assets, all of that. He moved away. And I found myself alone, starting over, basically. And I was getting to the point in my life where I'd also had a career in the medical field for 34 years. And that was coming to an end because the doctor I'd worked for was retiring. And so I was alone. I was retiring from my job. And at the point that I could retire and did not have to go find another job. But I was alone. I kept going back to that. I'm alone and I need to find out how I can be with myself, how I can heal myself from all the, whatever it is you carry when you go through a divorce. Sometimes it's guilt for people. Sometimes it's just the heartache of it all, the financial end of it. So many factors come in, right? And so for me, it was, I needed to let go of it. It's now the past. I need to find my happiness and move forward again. And I was very content for quite a long time being by myself. And I was watching Instagram one day, and I happened to see this woman give a demonstration of EFT tapping. And she was talking about fears and anxiety. And so I just kind of started watching her and following her. And pretty soon, before I knew it, it was like I was doing this every day. And when I found out, it was helping me. It's kind of like a mixture of tapping on these meridian points, acupressure, right? And talk therapy. So, and it's fast. It works very fast. So you can go to years of therapy, and I did. I went to therapy, and I felt like I was always kind of just spinning my wheels, never really quite getting to where I needed to be. So when I discovered this EFT tapping, I was like, wow, I want to help people. I want to help people discover this tool that is so simple and so easy. So I got in touch with the woman because she had a tapping school, and her name is Jackie McDonald. If you get a chance to follow her on Instagram or Facebook, do it, because she's an incredible woman, incredible tapper. And I attended her school. And so after I got my certification, I started seeing some clients and helping them work through some things. And it was so rewarding to me. And I thought about that. I thought, everybody, I like to think anyway, has a purpose in life, right? And so it was like, I think I found my purpose. I think I actually found my purpose. Yes, I had been helping people in a roundabout way when I worked in the clinic for 34 years, but it wasn't directly me helping the person, if you know what I mean. So when I discovered this, it was like, yes, this is what I want to do. And so here we are today with all you beautiful people out there, introducing you to EFT tapping. And you are going to really enjoy the next 40 days of this challenge. And I'm going to show you really quickly the meridian points that we'll be using in our tapping sessions, so you get a little bit familiar with it. The nice thing about this, though, as I do our tapping sessions together, I will guide you. So all you have to do is listen to my voice. I will tell you what meridian point to move to on your body, and I will tell you what words to say. So here's an example. We always start on the side of our hand. And we call these our even though statements. Even though I have all this fear and anxiety I'm holding in my body, I still love and accept myself. Even though I feel anxious about the little things, I still respect myself. So those are called our setup statements, and that's how we always start. So it's by identifying, even though I have this emotion, I still love myself. I still respect myself. And then as we go through the session, we will be moving to different points of the body. So we start at the top of our head, right up here. And then we move to our eyebrow point. We go to the side of the eye. We go under the eye, under your nose, your chin point, your collarbone, under your arms, and for us women, it's right where your bra line is, and then to the center of your chest. And the last one is your wrist points. And sometimes we'll do some tapping too, where I'll say, okay, switch over to your finger tapping, and that's where we tap on the side of our fingers. So easy, easy, easy tool. You're going to be so glad that you learned this. And maybe you're already familiar with it, and that is great. Then you know what I'm talking about. So I'm very excited to be your practitioner in this challenge, and I hope you enjoy what we have for you.